Welcome to Diligent Canine, and in this Q&A video I'm going to talk about dogs urinating on a place rug or a carpet. A large place rug might as well be a carpet, after the dog has been potty trained. So getting right into it, the first thing I would want to rule out is any kind of medical issue. I'm not saying you have to rush off to the vet. I'm not telling you to not go to the vet. I'm telling you it's something to consider. We all know that dogs get sick. They can get sick at any stage in their life. We know that when we get sick, our bowels get messed up. Same thing for the dogs. So whether they have an infection or they ate something that has upset their stomach, got some kind of virus or bacteria in there, and is messing up their bowels, that could very, very much be the case. I also don't know how old the dog is that for this person that brought the question to me, but you should definitely keep in mind the age of the dog. So obviously younger dogs are still learning to be potty trained and their bladders are physically smaller, so they could be more prone to accidents. The same with older dogs. Older dogs can get sick, and just like older people tend to lose function, control over the bowels. Incontinence can be an issue as well for older dogs. When we get to the behavior side, you also want to try to pay attention to the environment, see if you can pin down any environmental commonalities about when the dog is having accidents. Now, the person that brought this question to me said that they still take the dog out for regular breaks and it pees and poos fine, but it also goes on the carpet. So I don't know, without seeing the dog in person, what kind of fear or anxiety, what kind of submissive issues might be going on with the dog. Is the dog excited when it comes in? Is it on the same spot, on the same rug every time? Is it with the same people? So again, I will post something in the near future about dogs' body language, fear, submission, aggression, things like that. So you want to pay attention to, is the dog urinating because it's scared? Is it urinating because it's excited? Any of those could very well be true. As for if it's on the same spot, now you've really got a problem, because the dog has built a behavior pattern of relieving itself in the same area. So just like they smell areas all around the outdoors to pee and poop, the same thing is going to happen in your house. So if it's happening in the same spot, you definitely want to pick up. There are lots of products at pet stores for getting the odors, the pet odors specifically, the pheromones and the trace chemicals left behind from cleaners. So you want to make sure that you're really scrubbing that and getting out with a product made to get the odors out of those soft surfaces. The other thing to consider is from a training standpoint, and if your dog was potty trained correctly. So, or if they were given too much freedom in the house too soon. So in other words, if you said their potty training was done too early, that's nothing against your trainer, it's nothing against you as a dog owner. It just means you need to go back to training. So, and the way I would address that then, if it were my dog, I would take them outside and I would find something that they want, whether that is going back inside or playing with a toy or getting food. And you don't get that thing you want until you pee or poop outside, or maybe both, depending on whether the issue is more with urination or defecation inside. And I would do that a lot. You obviously don't want to try to make the dog pee 10 times in a row. That's just silly. But a handful of times throughout the day is certainly feasible. You could do it first thing in the morning, right after the dog eats, or let it drink some water, and then sometime in the midday, and then before it eats or drinks again in the evening, and then again before bed. So all of those, that's 5 times throughout the day. You could be re-practicing and reinforcing your potty training habits. While we're talking about food and water, remember that dogs, just like humans, are most likely to go to the bathroom after we eat. So once you've ingested some food and water, that kind of gets things moving. So it may be a good idea to limit the dog's water intake. Again, I'm not talking about neglecting your animal. I'm talking about just like you might with your children. If they're wetting the bed, you tell them they can't drink any water, an hour or two before bedtime, something like that. It's not unreasonable to have that expectation of your dog, and then you take them out first thing in the morning. When they come back in, they get to drink some or something like that. So, as with the food, you also want to think about the dog's exercise. So if the dog just ate and now it's running around and playing, we have an expression called that movement creates movement. So the dog exercising movement creates a bowel movement, especially if they've just eaten and now they're moving around and stuff starts to digest and settle throughout their GI. They're pretty likely to want or need to relieve themselves after that. So I hope this video helps. Remember to subscribe on patreon.com/diligentcanine to support military and working dogs. Thanks for watching.